This is a three-dimensional probe which you are using it for abdominal ultrasound and also obstetrics ultrasound. Here in our profession we use it predominantly for obstetrics ultrasound and few times for the pelvic ultrasound. This probe contains a whiter portion that is also known as is covered by a thin plastic type layer, also technically known as acoustic stack. Below that you have the lenses, which are not technically lenses but focusing beams, and below that you have the flexible circuits which are labeled here, and then you have interconnectors at this point. Then you have a miniature coaxial cable, and then you have a strain relief which prevents the damage of the flexible part and the mechanical part, and then the cable. As we look at the cable is connected to the adapter which goes into the ultrasound machine. It is like any other adapter or a cable, an interface between the peripheral and the central processing device. And on this you have a lock. You unlock it in this way, then pull the place out, then you see, and again you have a shield here. The importance of this shield here is so that the shear and the strain of a hard part and a soft part does not produce damage. And then you have a switch on and off which you can use it to lock and unlock it. The same thing when I show it this way. As I lock it and unlock it, you see the movements of this puncture. And then when you examine this, have you ever looked at this aspect of this thing? They are actually 240 interconnecting devices in which the image that is captured here is transferred into an electrical signal, then into a digital signal, and then it is transferred into the computer. Ultrasound is nothing but a computer, and then this is again transmitted to the computer. This is how we have for our printers or the USB cables, where this is an interface of passing and removing the cables. When it is attached like other ports in ultrasound, like a serial port or a parallel port, it's a communication device between this probe and this thing, and then you have a snugly fitting place. Once you fit the adapter to the machine, you fix it by rotating the lock and verify whether it's intact. And when you look at this shield, it is protecting the cable, and as you bring it up, there is a hook here which will help you to hold your cable and prevents the damage. This is what you should do and understand about your ultrasound probe. And when you look at the probe, this probe is a high frequency multiplex array probe, and then you have these dots which you can use it for having a needle adapter, and then you also have the marker to feel your hand on the direction. This probe is a three-dimensional probe, but you can also use this probe for a two-dimensional application. The clarity of the images are extraordinary when you use the two-dimensional function on this probe and in the three-dimensional probe. And with the integration of the applications, the filtering mechanisms give wonderful images, and these probes will ultimately replace the 2D probes with time and become the standard of care and the standard accessories one has to buy when they buy an ultrasound machine. And this cable and the protector shield should be given adequate care, and this should be kept in the appropriate slot so that it does not fall.